If you're thinking about getting pregnant, or you're trying to get pregnant, or you are pregnant right now, this video is for you. If you know anybody who is a young woman, even if she's a teenager, this is a great video to help you know what may be ahead of for you. If you have children with sickle cell disease, this might also be a good video for you. So I am 30 years old. I'm married with 2 kids. My daughter's 3 years old and my son is 2. And pregnancy with them was very interesting. I want to say that I learned a lot, and I wish I had the resources, and I wish I knew what I knew now. Don't we all though? Wouldn't life be amazing, and wouldn't life be better and easier if we knew everything that we needed to know at that time to make the process easier and more bearable? So I have 7 tips, 7 things to think about when trying to conceive with sickle cell disease, or if you're pregnant with sickle cell. Hey y'all, my name is Fatima Idia. Welcome to Thriving with Sickle Cell. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like the video, share with somebody who you think may need this and may need this information. Today, I want to talk about things to consider when you're trying to get pregnant as someone with sickle cell disease. I have 7 tips, 7 things to think about when trying to conceive with sickle cell disease, or if you're pregnant with sickle cell. The first is cut out the junk. So when I say cut out the junk, what I mean is cut out the junk food, cut out the junk people, cut out the junk in your environment as much as humanly possible. You know, I loved ice cream, so let me not be a hypocrite and pretend like I did all that, but I did pretty good. My husband made me smoothies every single day. I got a Blendtec or a Vitamix or a Ninja, whatever blender you can get. Stuff it with vegetables and whatever fruit you want to make it taste good. Put some ginger in there, fresh ginger, some mint, blend that up. Drink that every single day if you can. You know, get your fruits and vegetables, eat and drink from what is real, right? So, and cut out the junk people, because stress when pregnant, it harms you normally when you are pregnant. So not to talk of when you have sickle cell disease. When you have sickle cell disease and you're pregnant, your pregnancy is high risk. Automatically, it's categorized as high risk, whether you never have one single crisis during your pregnancy, just because of all that is all the potential danger that's involved with being pregnant with sickle cell disease. You automatically have to see a high risk OBGYN during your pregnancy. My second tip is to build a dependable network. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. So start interviewing people, your friends, your family, and start seeing who is willing and able to be there for you when baby arrives, right? Because it sucks to say, and it's hard to admit, and it is a little painful, but even healthy mothers, you can't be everything to your baby. You and your husband can do a lot. You guys are the primary caregivers. You are the main force in your child's life. But there are going to be times when you are sick, and even times when you're healthy. And there are certain activities as your child gets older that maybe they can't do with you, but they can do with an aunt, they can do with an uncle. So for me personally, I want my children to experience everything in life. I want them to see the world and to be all that they can be, and I don't want to hold them back, right? So if you want to climb a mountain when you're 17, and because of the oxygen rate and the high altitudes and the low oxygen and the fact that I already have low oxygen, I may not be able to experience that with my daughter. But if there's a aunt who also loves to hike, or one of our uncles who loves to hike, who can take her on that trip, that's amazing, right? But for that to be happen when they're 14, 15, they already need to have some sort of a relationship with this kid, with your child, right? I know you're just thinking about having a baby, but my kids are 3 and 2 now, and it's so amazing to see the relationship that they have with specific aunts and uncles. My husband has 2 sisters and a brother, and I have 3 brothers and a sister, and it's so beautiful to see their unique relationship with each of the aunts and uncles, right? And I pray that this relationship continues as they get older, as they thrive. And you'll see that even And you may think, oh, this is further down the line, which some of it is. But even when they're 2 or 3, or even if they're in the hospital, even when you're in the hospital, excuse me, and they want to spend an active week swimming and being outdoorsy in the hot Texas sun, and you necessarily can't be there the whole time, it's good to have somebody who can. And also, the support system, besides doing activities, will be able to talk to. This will be someone that your child can rely on, someone that you can rely on, someone you can talk to, vent to, who shares your same values, who shares your same morals, who can really be there for you. So this goes into building a network, right? Number 3, start learning how to homemake, right? Me, I'm a housewife. I'm a homemaker, right? And my husband works outside of the home. That's how we operate our family for now, at this time in our life. It might change later, I don't know. But no matter what happens, even if I do work when my kids are in school, I want homemaking. Homemaking is something that I really, even when I start to work outside of the home, if I ever do, homemaking is something that's very, very important to me, right? A house is 4 walls, but a home is what you make of it, right? It's the meals you make, it's how the house smells, it's how the house is, right? But a house doesn't run itself. It's like a corporation, really. Somebody has to cook, clean, groceries have to be bought, household products have to be bought. There's so many intricacies, batteries have to be changed in different appliances, and someone has to know when this is going to happen or that's going to happen, right? So things that you can start doing is learning how to meal prep, learn how to make freezer meals, and learn how to, for me personally, when I cook once and I make 3 or 4 meals at the same time. Maybe some of it will be frozen, some of it's leftovers that will be in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 meals in the next couple of days. Or maybe, so learn how to make certain quick and easy meals that are still healthy and nutritious, and figure that out before baby comes, right? Because that's going to be very important. So what I like to do, maybe it sounds pessimistic, but it keeps me grounded. I like to prepare for when I do get sick. Not if I get sick, but when I get sick, right? Because as somebody with sickle cell disease, we know that sickness, fatigue and pain is part of the equation of having sickle cell disease, right? So in order to make my house run as smoothly as possible during those times, I like to prepare ahead, preparing meals, and also automate whatever you can automate. So do you have Instacarts? So something like Instacart, you can use that and have the 10 or 15 products that you get regularly every month or every other month just ordered and brought to your home automatically. I think the membership is about $100 a year, I think. Don't quote me on that. Please check that for yourself. So that's something you can do. Or have certain groceries. Most grocery stores now, because of, this interesting time, have automated online groceries. I personally don't like my produce. I like to pick up my produce by myself. So I automate, the shelf stable stuff that pantry items, all that kind of things you can order and have it delivered regularly. Can you afford a cleaner, or is there somebody that can help you clean? Can you pay a cleaner to come and do deep cleaning in your house a couple times a month, once a month? What is it that can be taken off of your plate? Can your husband or wife do that? Who can help you with the things that need to get done? And how can you schedule them and make them automated so that, again, you're preparing for when you do get sick, not if you get sick. Also, the 4th item is communicate. Communicate with your healthcare professional, communicate with your partner, communicate with your close family and friends, because you're going to really need them. This pregnancy, it's difficult enough, especially when it's your first one, when you're trying to figure out how your body is changing, how everything is operating, what's happening with the baby, and your emotions can be all over the place, right? But people cannot help you if they don't know what to do, right? Or they don't even know you're in a funk. So even a simple text message, or someone's calling you, instead of ghosting them, maybe just say, I'm in my feelings right now. I need some space for 3 days, kind of taking time for myself. That's fine, because you need people, you need help. I am a naturally independent person. I like to do it all myself, and I'm every woman, you know. That's my mantra through my whole teenage years and my 20s. But I'm starting to realize that a tribe is needed, you know. We need each other, right? We need to depend on each other, rely on each other as much as we can. So there's no need to burn bridges for no reason, right? Like, why burn bridges for no reason? Okay, there might be some people you need to cut off and be like, bye, Felicia, and like, don't come in my life anymore. But for the most part, the healthy people who are around you, who need you, and who you need to kind of be aware of what's going on. Maybe not every little detail, but how they can be of service. If they can be of service by being with you, maybe you just need to hang out and watch a movie with someone and laugh and not talk about the problems or the issues, fine. Or maybe you need space. You know, personally, I like to have my space. When I'm down and out, I'm just like, let me go to my cave for 2 hours and I'll be back and brand new in 2 hours, you know? So that's something to consider. Communicate, communicate, and communicate. Also communicate with your healthcare professional, your healthcare provider. Ask, constantly be aware of what the plan is. What the plan is for your pregnancy, and do you need regular blood transfusions every week? Every 2 weeks or once a month to help your blood levels go up, your hemoglobin levels go up. So I believe if it's below a 7, then you get monthly transfusions. At least that was what happened in my case. My next tip, are we on number 5? I think it's number 5, is to make sure that the hospital you plan on giving birth in is a level 3 or level 4 hospital. I think it's 3 levels, I'm not sure. Or is it 4? But make sure it's a level 3 or 4 hospital, meaning that this hospital is able to provide care for a high-risk patient, a high-risk mother who's giving birth, and also that this hospital has a NICU. And I pray for healthy delivery for you, for your baby, and I pray that your child arrives in a healthy manner, is healthy and safe, and you're healthy and safe. But when you have sickle cell disease, there are a couple things that can go wrong with the baby upon delivery. One of which, the most common of which, is low birth weight, and second is the baby might go through withdrawal. Babies go through withdrawal from heroin. Babies also go through withdrawal from methadone, from legal substances that you might be taking for pain, such as oxycodone and methadone and morphine. You know, when you're in a pain crisis, you might have to take these medications while pregnant, and that in turn can make your child go through withdrawal. So you want to make sure that the hospital has a NICU that knows how to handle that, because what will happen is if you go to a hospital that's like a level 1 or level 2 hospital, they will have to transport your newborn baby, away from you to a different hospital that does have a proper NICU, or a NICU that provides these services, and that would really suck if you and your baby that would be really difficult if you and your baby are not in the same hospital, you know. So be aware of that. Make sure that the hospital you plan on delivering in is a level 3 or level 4 hospital. Talk to your provider about that, and they can probably help you figure that out, or just call them. That's what I did. I called the hospitals that my OBGYN delivers at and just figured out what level it was, and that's how I picked which hospital to give birth to. 6 is if your husband, or if someone close to you, maybe your mom or your mother-in-law or a friend, or maybe 2 people combined, can have the first 2 weeks to come and see you for a couple hours each day. And I say this, either they can stay with you. I mean, I'm Nigerian, so in our culture, when you give birth, someone comes and stays with you, if you're lucky, for a period of time, and helps you adjust to becoming a new mother, which I'm so thankful for that process. So thankful. It helped me out immensely. It was a huge, huge help to me and my husband, especially our first child, learning how to navigate parenthood, and also just recovering. You know, you can be tired under normal circumstances without pain, and you give birth, or you have a C-section. I mean, a C-section is major surgery. It's it's not a simple thing, right? So to recover from that, to heal, and while you're healing and while you're getting to know your baby, while you're trying to nurse or breastfeed, and things are all swollen over there and you're bleeding and so much is happening, right? Life still needs to happen. You still need to eat. Things still need to happen around the house, right? To help you guys get going. So if you don't mind, or if it's, I know some people really don't like this idea, or of someone living in their home. I guess it varies between individually and also culturally what's appropriate in your situation. But I had help for the first 2 months with my first daughter and the first month with my son, so my second child. And that that was a lifesaver, if I'm honest. Like, I got to sleep, I got to heal, I got to recover. It was so helpful. And the grandmothers got to spend time with their precious grandbabies. So it was amazing all around. And my husband also had paternity leave. But if you don't have paternity leave, is there a way you can plan for it? Is there a way you can save up for it? Sick time, paid time off, or even if it's a couple of days, getting that support from your husband and or an outside family member or friend is going to be so crucial in those early days. I pray for a healthy delivery, a healthy pregnancy, an easy, beautiful, magical pregnancy for you. And I pray that you and your baby have all the blessings of the world, right? And for your husband and your family, and congratulations on your new life. And please like and share this video if you found it helpful in any way. Comment down below, what are some things that I'm missing? What are certain things that should be considered when giving birth or when planning a pregnancy with sickle cell disease? Or what are some questions that you have in general for this channel? Please comment down below, like and share, and I'll see you next time. Take care.